I had this crazy revelation at work the other day. I just went in, normal schedule, clocked in, sat around. We had this morning meeting every day when we first get there. So I'm just sitting there waiting. But I'm just watching as people come in, right? And I'm looking, and it finally dawned on me just how many people in there are older than me. And I mean like significantly older than me. I'm 31, but I'm looking around and everybody's like in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And you're probably thinking, Chris, how have you been in there as long as you have and you haven't noticed before that everybody's way older than you? Well, one, yeah, you're right. Probably should have noticed that a lot sooner. But two, it got me to really thinking about this whole life thing. And if I stay at that job, right, I'm likely going to end up on the same path they are. And I started talking to some of the guys there that were my age. And I realized that a lot of them really don't think they're going to live to be the same age as the people around them, right? There is walking evidence around them all day, every day, that if they stay in this environment, right, not only will they live that long, they'll live that long and have nothing to show for it, right? And this video is for those people, especially the people who are like 20 to 30, and you're just kind of coasting through life, and you're just thinking that you're never going to get old. Is having fun for 2, 3, 4 years really worth spending 10, 20, 30 working like a slave the rest of your life? Because that's the path you're headed on if you're not saving any money, if you're not investing, if you're not taking this life thing at least a little bit serious. That really is the path you're headed on. And I know because I was headed on that path myself in my 20s. When I was like 21, 22, I didn't know nothing about a brokerage account or investing or saving money. I didn't know a damn thing about finances. And I didn't really care either. At that time, I was drinking every day and, out in the woods, making bonfires and shit. And I didn't give a damn about anything, right? So I hear you. I'm with you. But it's time to start locking in and taking your life a little more serious. Then it got me thinking about my legacy, right? What am I actually going to leave behind when I do go? Because not only will you age, you will eventually die. And the only thing that can be left of you is what you leave behind with other people, right? Your reputation, your legacy, the value you gave to others. When you leave, all the money you made, all the success you thought you had, it's gone, right? Doesn't matter if you're a king or a peasant, we all die the same, right? At least the king gets remembered in history, right? The peasant doesn't. And, I want to at least leave some kind of record, some trace of life that I had, right? And that's what made me pick back up on this YouTube channel, because now I can leave a permanent digital footprint of my existence. Every story you share, every little bit of wisdom you impart, every life you touch with friendship and, bonding, all that carries on in your legacy, right? Those are the things you're really remembered for. Nobody's going to remember the 100th video you watched today on TikTok. No one's going to remember how much money you made at your 9 to 5. Nobody's going to remember your family or anyone you know in your personal life, right? The only thing people remember you for is the work you leave behind. So this is my call to every one of you watching this video. Get started leaving behind a legacy, right? And even if you don't care about your legacy, which maybe some of you don't, right? You're already thinking, nah, I don't listen to this guy. I'm going to live my life while I got it, and I'll figure out the rest later. Well, this is the exact mindset that's going to create a lot of problems for you when you do get older. Because let's talk about the statistics of it, right? You're 99% likely to live to at least 70, 75. There's a reason why the life expectancy is 77, right? That's just what they expect you to live at, and that's including like child mortality and people who die young from, drunk driving and stuff. So the people who make it that far usually live to like 80, 85, right? As long as you don't die in like some horrific accident or something, you're almost certainly going to make it to like 70, 80 years old. And if you spent your entire life just bullshitting and thinking you're going to just figure all out as you go, you're going to have a very hard life. You're going to be working till the day you die. And I see it all around me, right? And this is the part that scares me. Is that I really genuinely see it all around me every single day. And these people that can't afford basic things, right? People that are like twice my age don't have a third of the money I have saved up, right? And I started late. So I can only imagine how these guys feel. They're never going to get out. They're going to work till the day they die. I'm not. I don't want to. I refuse. I had to plant a flag somewhere and say, this is where I'm standing, and this is how I'm going to build my legacy, and I'm sticking with it, right? And I'm begging you, please do the same, right? I know most of you guys watching this are probably going to be in your 20s and 30s, and you are the perfect age to get started, start doing something with your life, make a difference. Right here, right now. Don't wait till you're 50 and you start looking back and thinking, damn, I could have used my 40s better. Don't wait till you're 40 and start thinking, damn, I could have used my 30s better. Start right now, man, please. I'm sure you would like to retire someday, get enough money saved up and actually be able to do something with your life while you still have it, forever. Once you hit that point, right? You can get there. I know things are stupid expensive and they're only ever going to get more expensive, right? But you know that in advance, right? The older generations, they had no idea how bad inflation was going to get, right? You have the knowledge. Now you just got to put that knowledge to your advantage. And just get started investing. Get started saving, right? Make sure you're planning for retirement. Because it's coming a lot faster than you think. And you're going to want to be ready when it gets here. You're not going to want to work forever. No one's coming to save you guys. That's the reality of it. And I would not try to rely on Social Security. Because the truth of it is, we might not even have it in 5 years from now, let alone 30, 40 years from now when most of us are going to retire, right? It's our time to make something happen with our lives. And don't expect the government or anybody else to come bail you out. Because most likely they're just going to make things worse for you. So get to working on your legacy, right? Start thinking about the next 30, 40 years of your life. Because they will come. And they're coming fast. And you're going to want to be able to leave the next generation after you something to improve their lives and leave their legacy. This has been Chris, keeping it candid. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All of you guys go out there. Have a good day.